Among the 4 continents surrounding Mount Meru, this is the most extraordinary. Not because it is the most beautiful, not because it is the most comfortable, but because beings here live short enough to know the fear of losing, love deeply enough to know the pain of separation, want fiercely enough to know the suffering of not having. And for that very reason, this is the only realm where a being can attain Buddhahood within a single short lifetime. Suffering is not punishment. Suffering can be a doorway. Yet it seems this doorway was not meant for one such as this. A tulku, a reincarnation, one who already carries the seed of awakening from lifetimes past. For they seem somehow immune to it. Saigon, late afternoon. Golden light pouring down into a narrow alley. Kitchen smoke rising, fragrant with lemongrass and shrimp paste. Bambao is eating, remembering nothing of past lives. Black hair loosely gathered in a half bun, a few strands escaping to frame her face. Sitting over her bowl of bunbo, cheeks puffed out, eyes half closed with satisfaction. In the middle of all that chaos, Ban Bao simply looks at her empty hand, glances in the direction the motorbike disappeared, blinks once, twice, shrugs, and keeps eating. The 3 Dharma protectors of the Nine-Mo lineage follow her invisibly as always, yet none of them seem particularly troubled by what just happened. I find myself thinking of another afternoon. Golden light just like this. Wind just like this. Kitchen smoke rising just like this. But not Saigon. A place from a past life. Sami Monastery. Tibet, the 8th century. If there is anywhere on this earth where heaven and earth meet, it is Sami, the first monastery on Tibetan soil. Not merely a temple, but an entire universe rendered in stone and faith, built in the exact form of the cosmic mandala. I was 10 years old. Golden light on stone, cold wind from the Himalayas, the palace courtyard. Footsteps. Slow, familiar, warm. I knew those footsteps without looking up. Knew them the way a child knows the footsteps of the person they love most in the world, not with the ears, but with the whole body. Teacher. Padmasambhava. Guru Rinpoche. Mirip Tempo, listen well. Before you had that wooden horse, did you suffer because of it? I shook my head. After that wooden horse rots and returns to the earth, will you suffer because of it? I looked up, not yet understanding. Then suffering does not live in the horse. Suffering lives in the mind, and the mind that decided the horse was me, was mine, and that I needed it to be happy. The horse is simply a piece of wood carved into a shape. It does not naturally carry suffering within it. It was your own mind that placed suffering inside it, then held on tightly, then hurt when it was gone. That is the root of all suffering in this realm. Then my master continued. Now, Mirip Sempo, this realm of samsara is governed by 3 forces that people call the 3 poisons. But do not be afraid of that name. They are not enemies to be destroyed. They are veils of mist, thick or thin, depending on the person, depending on the lifetime, obscuring what has always been there. You're asking inside yourself, when will I be free of suffering? I can see that question in your eyes, even though you have not spoken it. You will be free of suffering. Not when you have everything you want. Not when no one can ever take your toys again. Not when the world around you becomes perfect according to your wishes, because that world will never come. You will be free of suffering when you see clearly the nature of this self you are protecting. Nothing in this realm lasts forever, but delusion prevents the mind from seeing this. The mind looks at the wooden horse and believes it will be here forever. Believes the happiness it brings will be here forever. Like gripping smoke tightly in your fist and weeping when the smoke dissolves. Smoke dissolving is the nature of smoke. It is not a tragedy. Tragedy only arises when we believe we can hold the smoke in place forever. Then what is liberation, Mirip Tinpo? Liberation is not flying up to some heavenly realm and sitting there forever. It is not escaping this body to go somewhere better. It is not the absence of emotion, the absence of joy and sorrow, the absence of love. Those who think liberation means becoming cold and empty, they are mistaken. Liberation is seeing clearly the nature of mind, that which was always there before you were born, that which will still be there after this body dissolves, that which craving cannot touch, aversion cannot shake, delusion cannot obscure, no matter how loudly the 3 poisons rage. People call it by many names: Rigpa, awareness, Buddha nature, the original face. But names do not matter. What matters is, it is already within you, within me. within the craftsman who made that wooden horse, within the child who just grabbed your toy and ran away. No one lacks it. No one is missing it. It is simply obscured, thick or thin, depending on the person, depending on the lifetime. Asterisk. Asterisk like sky and clouds. Clouds can cover the entire sky until looking up you see no blue anywhere. Yet the sky does not, therefore, cease to exist. It does not become worse because of clouds. It does not become better when the clouds clear. The sky is simply sky, always. Before the clouds, within the clouds, and after the clouds. Craving, aversion, and delusion are the clouds. Awareness is the sky. Liberation is not destroying the clouds, not fighting the clouds, not hating the clouds, but seeing clearly I am the sky, not the clouds. When you see this, not hearing me say it and nodding with your intellect, but seeing it with your mind, seeing it so deeply, then craving finds no place to cling. Aversion finds nothing to resist. Delusion dissolves on its own, and suffering does not disappear, but it no longer has anywhere to stand. Then you walk through this life, still eating, still sleeping, still meeting joyful people and sorrowful ones, still having beautiful afternoons and cold, windy nights that nothing can pull you away anymore. Nothing can force you to suffer anymore, because you have seen clearly there is nothing to lose, because nothing was ever truly yours to begin with. That is liberation. As simple as that thought and as difficult as that.